The Governor's Office of Economic Development also provide programs to help expand existing companies and recruit more to the state. One of these programs is the Corporate Recruitment and Incentives Program.
They're rushing off to classes now, but some students in Utah County say they'll take time to vote tomorrow.
Jacob McGrath allegedly opened fire after his mother allowed someone to live in a shed at their place. McGrath barricaded himself inside a home for 3 hours, and it took the SWAT team to get him out. Festival is a family-run event. The owners say bring in 1,000 people a day, some for the first time. After a few laughs, a bill to change Utah's state tree to the quaking aspen is now on its way to the governor's desk. Ashley, this year marks the 50th anniversary of the start of the Vietnam War, which means those veterans were especially honored yesterday at Capitol Hill. Flashing red lights meant the fate of the world was in their hands. Kids who went to the Space Center at Pleasant Grove Central Elementary School learned what they say were lifelong lessons through the Star Trek simulation.
What this does is it teaches you the why behind science.
But after 22 years and more than 300,000 visitors, the school district closed the center. The space simulator had electrical damages with the price tag of $700,000 to fix.
We cannot have students be in an environment that's not safe.
David Herring first met the Space Center when he was a kid. When he heard of the shutdown, he set up the Save the Space Center's Facebook page.
We want to let the community know what's going on. We want to let them know that the Space Center is closed and the future of the Space Center is at risk.
The group now has more than 2,000 likes and took it a step further this weekend by hosting a honk and wave.
Oh, I think it's great. Guys, is it working? Yeah! There you go. I think it's working.
With smiles and waving posters, people spent their Saturday spreading the word. The group says they hope to work with the district to create the same atmosphere the center had before it was closed.
We're allies and partners with the district.
The district says the next step is to either fix the damages at the center or start from scratch and build a new center somewhere else. But they say they want the program to live long and prosper. The district is having a meeting this Friday looking at all the options, and the group's spokesman says they'll be there too. Jen? Timpanogos Cave sold out all weekend, and rangers say it would have this next weekend too if they had the budget to stay open. Budget cuts have caused Timpanogos Cave National Monument to close early. Almost 2,000 hikers went to the top of the mountain this weekend. They are the last visitors to see the cave this year.
We have these beautiful national parks, and people want to be able to enjoy them as many months as possible. So I would hate to see any reduction in the hours.
Belts tightening in Washington is to blame, the famous sequester. Since then, organizers have struggled all year to try and make the most out of their funding. Rangers say they took a 5% reduction in their budget, and that means cuts all across the board.
We cut out all unnecessary travel, we cut our supplies budget, but really the bulk of our budget goes into our personal services.
The Timpanogos team would have stayed open over UEA weekend, but they couldn't afford it, even after spreading the work among fewer employees and reducing programs.
We've had fewer school groups who are able to come up and take advantage of going on the field trips.
Timpanogos Cave won't open again until next May. Until then, rangers will prepare the trails for winter and repair damage from recent rainstorms. Timpanogos administrators say they hope they'll have more money to work with next year, and if not, they will continue to make cuts where necessary. Randall? Superman and Star Wars fans filled the Salt Palace this weekend, drawing quite the crowd. Just 2 hours into Saturday's first ever Salt Lake City Comic-Con event, staff sold 50,000 tickets. But despite the tight fit, there was plenty of room to let your freak flag fly.
Whether you're young or whether you're old, you either like the video games or you like the movies or you want to see a star that you had from the past that you grew up with or anything. There's kind of something here for everybody.
Those attending say dressing up and letting out their inner child is one of the best parts of Comic-Con. You can be anything you want at this venue, whether you're a Princess Leia junkie or a classic comic book lover.
My favorite part personally is the people watching, because, I don't know, there are so many different people here.
But it wasn't just Utahns' good taste in fashion that drew the crowds. Major comic celebrities were attending as well. William Shatner and Adam West, along with Marvel mastermind Stan Lee.
One of the main events at the Comic-Con is this tour where you get to pay to have these stormtroopers go get your friend and be locked up. This is just one of the many booths that are here.
Organizers plan to host this in Salt Lake City for many years to come. After reaching full capacity by 3 p.m., they felt safe saying the event was a success.